Thank you. Thank you for turning up and coming and supporting us. Ashley Wright can't come tonight, he's ill, so this lady, Faye, on my left.
I'll save you for the night.
Very kindly stepped in to help us out, so there you have it. If you've got a phone, can you turn it off, please? And is anybody like, I don't think so, brand new, never been here before?
I've got one over here.
Two over, well, nothing to worry about.
So I'll protect her.
Yeah. Very formal, and this lady just wants a yes or a no, preferably yes, so if she comes to you. Okay? Right, we're going to start with an opening prayer, and I'll ask Faye to start with that prayer, please.
Okay, if I can ask you to put your hands together and bow your head, please. Divine Spirit, thank you for allowing us this opportunity to gather here this evening, to bring us all amongst each other, sharing love and memories, and blessing us all with your presence. Amen.
Okay. We are going to start with the healing list, and all that you're required to do is just be quiet for a little while and send out your thoughts to these people, anybody else you know as well. Great Spirit of all wisdom and creation, we seek upliftment and healing for all we know, near and far away. And we ask for a blessing towards all animals. I've got a reading, and it's called The Outcome. And this is a spiritual reading, and it goes, we can speak so confidently about the outcome of all your human problems, because we know that all human life is governed by divine law, perfect in its outworking. The purpose of that law is to draw all men and women, all the human family, into a consciousness of God. Do not look backwards unless it is to say, how beautiful is the path that I have travelled. Do not regret the past. We are all moving forward, travelling life's path to find happiness once again, and this time chance happiness. That is the totality of the reading. I don't want to take up too much time. It's really to give you some sort of sense of upliftment for the future, because we all have problems, and as they go behind us, then hopefully things that come about will
I'm going to speak to you today about gratitude. There's a lot of things that we see on social media, isn't there, all these quotes and things all the time about, being grateful for things, and I think sometimes we don't actually sit and think about what we are actually grateful for in our own lives. Just the simple things like a roof over our heads, food in our stomachs, a job. I mean, there's so many people out there in the world that are, a lot less fortunate than some of us sitting here. My daughter's been doing a lot of charity work recently, collecting for people that are homeless, and she's been raising money for White Ribbon Foundation as well, which is for people that have been victims of domestic or abuse in any way. And when you start meeting some of the people that are involved in these, sad existences of lives, you start to realise how lucky and how grateful you are to just have the bare necessities and, getting by with your own life. And I think a really good thing to do for yourself, because I come from a background of psychotherapy, and I've counselled people for 20 years in all different areas of mental health. And I think a lot of the time mental health starts to develop because we become a bit complacent, and we become a little bit on autopilot, forgetting about the goodness around us and the good things around us. And I think it's a really good thing if you try and get even into the habit of it, of a morning waking up and trying to think about the things that you're grateful for before you start your day. Because I've tried doing this myself, and some of the things I've put down, my list has got longer and longer each morning. And you kind of, you can start to become grateful for, the sunsets, the sunrises, all of those kinds of things. You start to be grateful for all of those things. you know, having someone to speak to, your friends, you know. How many people don't have friends? You know, I know quite a few people that, you know, have got quite a lonely life, they don't have any friends, and that's something to be very grateful for as well. And for example, this evening, how grateful are we for having this space to come and do what we do? You know, there's so many religions out there, and I don't think spiritualism or the religion of mediumship, if you like, has enough, you know, power behind it, enough support behind it. There's a lot of, you know, scepticism about it, there's a lot of other things said about it, but it still is a religion of sorts, isn't it? And I think it's, you know, we should be very grateful that we have this platform, this forum, to show the world what mediumship is about. You know, and it isn't just about you getting a message or you getting a message, it's about what the messages actually tell us about the existence of our souls. And that is that our souls are eternal, and they do continually live on past the point of our deaths. And that is what mediumship demonstrations are for. It's not for a specific, you know, fantastic message for each one of you. It's to prove the existence of the soul of that person that you've loved, and that soul has continued on after their passing. And what does that tell us? What does that show us as, you know, as a human species, as a race? That we've got to really make it count every life we live in, you know, because it's going to keep going on, and we've got to invest in ourselves and do the work on ourselves, you know, because it's never ending. It's a circle of life, we're just going to keep going round and around. So, you know, that's what you need to take on board from, you know, what mediumship is, you know. I'm not going to bore you with a big long talk, because I don't ever do big long talks. I'd rather just get straight into it. So yes, being grateful for this event, the mediumship we have, the love in our hearts, and the people around us. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of agree with a lot, well, to everything you said, really. Yeah,
It's nice to know.
Yeah. If you've got an eternal future, you probably had an eternal past as well.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
you know, that represents what we call karma.
Yes.
It gets scoffed at, but I think it's true. Anyway, would you care to get up?
Yes. Of course. But so, obviously, you've been introduced to me. I'm coming this way, so I like to be able to move about when I'm working. I'm Faye. I'm an Essex girl. Originally from the East End of London, though. Spent 20 years in London and then moved up here when my children were small. I work in a different way to some other mediums. I will just chuck it out, so you do need to kind of listen up and pay attention to what I'm saying. If you understand any of the information, put your hand up. Because what a lot of people do, and I get this a lot when the event's over, is people come up and go, I could take everything you said but not the name. I could take everything you said but it wasn't 25, it was 28. So do yourselves a favour. If you understand any of the information, put your hand up. Obviously if you only understand one thing that I've said, that's don't put your hand up. But it's for that reason being, is that sometimes how the spirit will work is that there might be a couple of people that understand the information, and my energy will be drawn to the person I know the message is for. So in a big group of people, it's impossible to just go directly to somebody when you've got loads of spirit people lining up with loads of information. So just be mindful of that, and I do need to hear your voice as well. So if you're going to, don't just sit there and go, no one else can hear, and we're all nosy, aren't we? We like to know what's going on, we like to know, oh, what's that? Does she understand? No, I don't know. So if I can hear your voice, that would be great. It also helps me to build up my energy as well when I'm working. So that's what I ask of you guys, really. The rest is down to me. So with that being said, I shall crack on. I've got a man drawing close to me. Straight away I can feel that I've got some kind of problem with my head here with this man. I feel as if my head, I'm not sure if it's impacted or whether it's something inside my head, but I just know that this man passed with a condition in his head. First of all, that's the first thing I'm feeling. I know, actually I think it might have been a tumour or a cancer, because as I'm standing here now and blending with his energy a little bit more, I'm kind of feeling as if I can't see very well and my vision isn't isn't quite right. I don't feel that this man would have lived at a really old age either. I feel as if I want him, you know, maybe in his kind of 50s, late 40s, something along those lines. Again, the ages can sometimes be off, so you know, do bear in mind that could not be 100% accurate. I know I feel like I've got a David or a Dave that connects with this man as well.
It's me.
You understand this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. Does anyone else understand the information? No? Okay, that's
That was easy.
straight away, that's what we want to hear, isn't it? Okay, so obviously you're to the side of me, so I don't want to turn my back to anybody, but I'll try my hardest to work so that we're including everybody in the energy as well. So you understand the description of this man not being particularly old, having some kind of brain tumour or cancer of the brain, some kind of issue with the head that's affecting my eyes and my vision, and you understand the name of David that's relevant to him. Yes? Okay, brilliant. So as I feel this man's energy building up a little bit more within me, I feel that he would have been quite a vibrant character, you understand? Quite full of personality. Someone that would be, you know, light up a room, someone that is quite social as well. So I feel like he would have been the kind of person that everybody would have liked to be around. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, I feel, when I'm speaking as well, I feel as if I'm having difficulty swallowing. So I don't know if you had some difficulty swallowing, because I'm feeling as if I can't swallow my own spit. It's kind of like the feeling I'm getting with it. So either that, or whether he had some kind of tubing in his throat or something along these lines, but I just know I'm finding it difficult to swallow. You understand?
Towards the end, yeah.
Towards the end, okay. And I'm also feeling with this man a few problems with my breathing as well. So I don't know whether there was issues around his breathing or whether that's just me feeling the energy, but I have to just give everything that I'm feeling, because I'm just the microphone, so I just give it all out. So that's what he's making me aware of. Now, I don't know if this is a father, or there's a connection to father, or he is a father, but I'm hearing the word father, okay? So I don't know if he was a father, or there's some connection to father, because it's important that he's saying this to me, he keeps mentioning it.
He was a good stepfather.
He was a good stepfather.
But he was close to his dad's.
Okay, that's fine. So was this your stepfather?
No, he was
but
stepfather to my daughter.
Okay, just so that I'm getting it clear in my head what his relationship is. Now, I feel as if with this man, I don't know if he had difficulty with some of his other members of family, or he didn't speak to some of his family. You understand this?
Yeah.
Because I feel at times he could be a difficult character. You understand? And I feel that people took him wrong.
Yes.
That's the most important thing here. And he keeps drawing me to here. So I don't know if he had a tattoo here, or some kind of marking here, but he's drawing me to this for some reason. So I don't know why. Maybe you make sense of that. Okay. But he also wants me to tell you that he's understanding now, and he understands why things happen the way they do. Do you understand this? There's some connection to him not wanting to accept what was wrong, or not wanting to deal with what was happening at the time, and now he kind of wants you to feel like it's okay, I'm okay with it. You understand? Because I just get that you're okay to carry on, yeah? Because I just get this feeling that I feel as if there was a lot of blame or a lot of feeling of responsibility for you understand? Because this is what he's making me feel here. And it's as if he didn't want to leave you with that bad taste in your mouth, but he didn't have an opportunity to talk you through any more of it. You understand? He went before he got a chance to sort things out. So I don't know if you had an argument before he passed or something along these lines. Would you understand this? Because he's saying, oh, I didn't want it to be like that. You understand? And so he's very sorry, and he needs you to know that he loved you. You see, it's important that you know this, and that the love goes. Has he got a daughter?
No.
Because he's talking about a young girl.
My daughter.
Your daughter. There's love to this daughter as well. So
Yes.
it feels like a daughter. You understand? And sometimes spirit, they don't. It might not be that it's their daughter, but they feel that maternal or paternal pull to that person. And I know that this man would have been around in her life for quite some years. You understand this? I don't know if she was about 8 or something along these lines when he came into her life.
5.
Okay. But I just know that she wasn't a baby, but she wasn't a grown-up teenager. You understand? So I think he's showing I had my battles with her. Do you understand? That's the kind of feeling you're getting here. As if to say, it wasn't always easy, but we muddled through.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you had a separation at some point.
Yes.
Because he's saying to me, oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Do you understand? It's almost like now he's up there, you can kind of see the trivial stuff. Like we were talking about earlier, about gratefulness. He now realises the things he should have been grateful for, you see. Is his mum passed as well? Because he's mentioning a lady with him.
No, his nan, his mum's mum.
Because I just know there's another lady, she felt like mum, because she felt like a mum to him, you understand?
Okay.
And that's just kind of what he's showing me here. Now, I don't know if the name Rosie, or an R-sounding name for a girl, is relevant to you, but I'm hearing that as well. But the most important thing that he wants me to bring to you is that he loved you, he's okay, and he's sorry. Okay, so I'm going to leave his love with you and say thank you very much. Is the name Mick or Mike, or there's an M name as well he keeps mentioning?
That's my daughter's dad.
Okay, he's just
Yeah.
mentioning that as well. So
Can you tell him I miss him and I love him?
you
I
can tell him
always
that
will.
yourself as well, but yes, not a problem. He knows that, obviously, he loves you and misses you. And that's the thing, Spirit, you know, with all of us, we all miss the people that we've lost, and we can connect with them every day just with our own thoughts. It's not just people like me that can do that, you can do that as well. You know, we're all a soul, we all have a soul, and so we can all connect with the soul of somebody that's passed away. You know, it's just sitting and spending that time building that energy with the spirit world. So,
Thank you.
yes, you're very welcome.
Okay.
Don't want any messages from no one part of the spirit world.
Okay.
Okay, let's see where it works. Okay, I feel as if I've got a younger lady here with me now, and it may be a girl, you know, I'm not quite sure her age actually, her age is building, but I just know this was a sickly girl. She was quite unwell for the majority of her life. It feels as if she wasn't maybe able to get about as much as she liked. Maybe she had some kind of problems with her spine perhaps, or her mobility. This is just kind of the feeling I'm getting here. She's making me feel as if my back's an issue as well. So I don't know if she had like spina bifida or some kind of spinal problem. But I just know that to be relevant with this young lady here. She's lovely actually, really sweet soul. I don't know if she has some protruding teeth, because I kind of feel as if I've got my dental image isn't that great, if you know. I think it might have been something she was a bit conscious of herself as well. But I know this young lady, maybe we're talking teens, something along those lines, or maybe that again, sometimes they just show you impressions. It's very hard to always get it 100%. It might just be that her kind of persona was quite young, even though she was a little bit older. Because I feel as if maybe there was a little problem with her mentally a little bit, with being a little bit younger than maybe she actually was. That's the kind of feeling I get with this young lady. And I do feel that she passed away with some kind of breathing issue or something that's connected to her condition. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like here with this young girl. Does anyone understand any of this information at the moment? Yes, we've got a young girl.
Not a girl, a boy.
It feels like a girl to me. But you understand all the information apart from the fact that it's...
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. So, the next one, but it does feel like a girl to me, I've got to be honest. Go with what I feel. Again, just be mindful that, you know, put your hand out if you understand some of the information, because it could just be that I've suddenly got it off. I just know this, I don't know if she was in a wheelchair, there's some issues with mobility, but I just feel as if, and again, cast your nets out, guys, don't just think of your immediate family, because this can be somebody you know, do you know what I mean, someone's child you know. It just feels as if she had some kind of disability that prevented her from being able to move about, and had issues with her back and her spine, and problems with breathing. And I don't know if the name like Clara or Claire or Cassie kind of name keeps coming into my mind here as I'm blending with her energy here. I know I've got real issues with walking. You know, I think that I could have probably walked a bit, but I just didn't have the strength in my muscles. Might have even been muscular dystrophy, something like that. But I just know she's just not strong. That's just what I'm feeling here with this young girl. And nobody can understand any of this information at all. No?
I understand muscular dystrophy.
You understand the muscular dystrophy?
Yeah.
Okay, with a girl?
No.
No, not quite. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to just work with this for a minute just to see. You understand all of the information I'm saying, but it's not a young girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you understand if I said that she was quite, or he was quite young for his age, like mentally young?
Yeah.
And would you understand if I said that he was quite feminine, as in effeminate?
No.
No, it's not, definitely not then. I'm really sorry.
That's
I've
fine.
got to go with what I feel. If no one else can take it, then I'll just have to let it go and move on to the next spirit link. Definitely not. No one, no? Going. Okay. No, okay, no worries. Right, I've got a man coming through now, and I feel this man would probably have been in his kind of 60s, something like that, maybe a little bit older. I know this man liked to drink, because that's the first thing he showed me, was like a drink. So I don't know if he would have had a drink issue, but I just know he liked to drink. And I feel as if he would have spent quite a lot of time on his own. That's kind of the feeling he's giving me, that he would have spent quite a lot of time on his own, and he wasn't a big social man. I keep hearing the name Mick, or an M-sounding name. Again, that's not necessarily his name, but it could just be a name that links around him. And I know this man, it kind of shows me of himself with like quite browny, wavy hair. That's the kind of image he's showing me here. I don't know if there's any links to the Navy with this man as well, potentially, in his youth, in his earlier years. But that's kind of what he's giving me the feeling of here. I also feel that he might have had some issues with his stomach, because I'm kind of feeling a bit sickly with him as well. I'm not sure if that's how he passes over, but that's kind of the feeling he's giving me here. And I don't know if I want like kind of more to the side, like an uncle or something along those lines with this man. That's what he's making me feel. Does anyone understand any of that at the moment?
Possibly.
You
There was
possibly
a
do.
neighbour that I knew as Uncle Mick,
Okay.
but apart from the hair, he wasn't a drinker and he was a lot older than that past.
That's fine. Okay, no worries. Anyone else understand any of that information? No? Can we just work with it, see where we go? So, you understand the name Mick, you understand the fact that he passed. Do you understand that he passed with someone to do with his stomach?
I honestly don't know.
You honestly don't know, but you knew him as a neighbour.
Yeah,
Okay,
years ago.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Would you understand, he's shown me a drink, so I don't know if that just meant that he liked, I'm not saying he's an alcoholic, I just know that he would have liked to drink.
No, he had a very small social circle. He was
Okay.
quite alone.
Okay, so that's definitely what I felt with
But he
him.
did drink with a few other people.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just sometimes that's just what they bring through, you know, you can't odds it, just how they show themselves. I just know this man, I don't think he made the most of his life, that's what it kind of makes me feel, as if he isolated himself, but that was the feeling he gave me, that he spent a lot of his time on his own. That's kind of the feeling that he first gave me when he was blending with me. And would you understand if there was any connections to the Navy or the forces with him as well?
I don't know.
That you don't know, that's absolutely fine. Now, sometimes, you can't odds why people come through, they just come through because they want a connection to somebody that they've known in their life. And obviously this man was connected to you in some way, like you say, a neighbour. I don't know if you was younger when you knew him, because it kind of feels like I want to go back a few years, and I feel like this man's been gone some time, you understand that?
Maybe a year and a half.
Okay, which just felt like longer to me, that's just, I just have to go with what I'm feeling, but I completely accept that, what you're saying. I also feel with this man that he wants to connect with you, because I feel as if, I don't know if you've been waiting on things, waiting on jobs, waiting on things, because I kind of feel like he's coming on the energy of wanting you to do more with your life, wanting you to do more. Would you understand that?
Other people might want that. I don't know what I do.
Do you understand that, why he might say that to you?
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly, okay, no worries. Yeah, you can't always what they say, but I just know that feeling of him thinking that he kind of wants you to, do a little bit more and put yourself out there a little bit more. I don't know if you work with mediumship yourself or you do anything to do with spiritual stuff, but I get the feeling that you do, or that you've seen spirit or felt spirit around you before, because I kind of feel like his connection to you is almost as if he wants to give you a little boot up the bum, as if to say, move on with that a little bit more, you understand?
Okay.
So I don't know if it's something that you do as an interest or something that you're interested in yourself, but I just know that to be the case. Now I don't know if there's any connection to plumbing as well, or to do with drains or anything like that. I don't know if he worked around that field or you do, but I'm also being drawn to that as well.
Okay.
Would you understand that?
The person that moved into our old house that was next door to him is
Yeah.
one.
Okay, that's fine. So, I just know that he obviously just wanted to come in to say hello for whatever reason. I keep seeing a blue door as well, so I don't know if there's some connection to a blue door, a door that's painted blue that looks out of place along houses, but he's just showing me that as well. And I also feel as if, I don't know if there's been some issues around your health of late, where there's been some pending appointments, but I just get the feeling where he's kind of like standing behind you to say, don't worry, everything's going to be alright, and that's the kind of feeling he's giving me. So I know this man would have been quite a liked man. This is kind of feeling he's giving me. He's quite a well-liked man, a kind man, but he was a very kind of shut-off person.
Yeah, he was
didn't.
private.
Yeah, not a lot of people would have known him. You understand? He kept himself to himself. That's the feeling he gives me.
Yeah.
So I think he would have probably only really spoken to each side of his neighbours. That's the kind of feeling he gives me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? So I'm going to leave his love with you and just say thank you very much for working with me. You get a dry mouth and you don't stop talking. Those of you, it's coming to my mind actually, those of you that are new, that haven't ever come to one of these things before, so that you understand how it works. Obviously we spoke before about putting your hand up if you understand the information. Are you comfortable with doing that? Because obviously some people when they first come to things it can be a little bit, I don't know, I don't know if I should put my hand up for that. Are you all alright with that?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. Good. Just wanted to make sure. Right, I've got a lady now, and the first thing I feel with this lady as she comes through is that she's got a really warm and kind sense of humour. She's really, I feel that she would have really had a laugh with you, you know, it's the kind of feeling she's giving me. Really quite upbeat, just a nice lady. And I feel with this lady that I love to bake or I love to cook. This is the feeling she's giving me here. So I can smell lovely food and lovely cakes. That's what she's making me feel here. I know I'm a mum as well, so she's making me feel as if her children are important to her, and that she's here for her children. That's what she's making me aware of with this lady as she draws close to me. Now I keep being very drawn to my chest with this lady as well, and I do feel that she would have been quite an age when she passes. This is the feeling she's giving me here. And she's also showing me her hands as well, so there must have been some connection to her hands here being quite maybe arthritic or quite thin. That's the kind of feeling she's showing me here. And I don't know if she might have had some strawberry blonde hair. That's the kind of feeling she's giving me maybe in her earlier life, but that's what she's showing me here. Does anyone understand any of this information at the moment? You do? Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll just work with her a little bit more. Even though she's got a cracking sense of humour, she feels as if she's quite, I don't know how this works kind of thing. I'm not quite sure what I should say. It's kind of, she's quite soft. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting with her. And I just know this lady, although she's soft with strangers, she wouldn't be with the people she knew. That's the kind of feeling I get. But you know those people that they get on the phone and they've had a big argument with me and they go, hello. That's the kind of feeling she gives me, you know, that it makes me laugh. It reminds me a bit of my mum actually. But I know she's just a lovely lady. Again, I'm very drawn around my chest area here, and I'm not sure if this is a digestive problem or if this is a heart-related problem. I feel like my energy is being drawn to you, so I feel like maybe this is for you. I'm not just completely excluding you, but I'm still listening. But I just feel like I'm more drawn to you. Do you understand the description of what I'm...
It could be someone as well.
Could be you as well. Okay, you're in that direct line. So. Okay, so let me just look over a little bit more. Would you understand the slight strawberry blondness to her hair as well? You don't understand that?
I knew her as an old lady. So
You knew her as an old lady. Okay, that's fine. I feel as if I've got some kind of problem with my esophagus and my kind of digestion here. Would you understand that? Do you understand that? You do. Okay, because I don't know if this is like esophageal cancer or something like that, but I just know that's what it kind of feels as if it's really not right and it's really causing a lot of problem. Do you understand that? Yeah. Do you understand that?
I was just sort of shut down at the end, so...
Okay, no worries. It's just too stressed. I feel like I want the name like Beryl as well, or a bee name that connects around her as well. So I don't know if you would understand that. You don't understand that. Okay, don't worry. This lady just feels as if she really, really loved her children. It's the most important thing is that she wants to connect with her children. This is the thing she keeps saying, because I feel like this was a long problem, so she would have been unwell for quite some time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You understand? Do you know what, I kind of feel like I'm a bit more drawn to you. So I'm really sorry. I'm gonna work with you because I feel like that's where I'm going. I just know this lady. There's a lot of love for her daughter. You understand this? Is this your mum?
Yeah.
Because she's. I kept feeling like I was going over there, and I was like, no, it's kind of like wanting to push me over here. Now, as I'm looking at you now and focusing more on you, you look a lot like your mum. You would understand that. You very much like her around the eyes here. And she, like I said to you before, she's very much one of those ladies that you see one thing at home, and then when she's out with her friends, you see another type of personality. Do you understand that? It's kind of like she's not high sort of bouquet, but she's really nice with her friends, and then she's as cold as muck indoors. Do you know what I mean? That's just the kind of feeling she gives me. She's lovely, really beautiful person. Do anything for anyone. That's the feeling she's giving me. Like, go out of her way to help people, and she enjoyed it. You understand? She enjoyed cooking and feeding people she loved as well. Because I can see that she'd always be at the stove, at the cooker, making something, knocking something up, and she loved to have people around. That's the most important thing here. I don't feel she was a big moaner about her health. That's what I'm going to say, because I feel as if she would have been the type of lady that things would have built up on her, and she would have just kept going. Oh, yeah, I'm all right. Do you understand? Oh, don't make a fuss. She's just one of these ladies. Don't make a fuss, you know. And I feel like to her detriment, really, because I feel as if she could have gone a little bit sooner to have some things looked at. Do you understand this?
Yeah, definitely.
And I know that there's issues with my breathing as well with this lady, because I'm feeling a difficult, laboured breathing. You understand? And again, like I said, I do feel that she's, you know, the latter part of her life, maybe 70s, 80s, something along those lines with her. And I do feel as if she was quite poorly in herself as well, not just with the condition she has here. You would understand that. I don't know if there were some issues with her circulation, or diabetes or something along these lines, or just something to do with her blood or circulation. Blood, do you understand that? Because she's just showing me this here, because I can see little bruises appearing. You understand? Yeah. She's kind of showing me that she's getting bruised skin. So I know that if she was knocked, it would come up in a big bruise. You understand? I don't know if she was in a caring environment or she was being looked after by you or by other people, but checking up and making sure she's okay. But I know she's very grateful for what people did for her, you know, what she let them do. Because I do feel that she was one of these ladies that was still over in her own house and looking around. Do you know what I mean? She still had a lot of stamina in her, even though she was a poorly lady. There was no holding her back, you understand? That's the feeling she gives me. I also feel that there's a G name that connects around as well. So there's like a Grace or a Gladys or a G sounding name she keeps mentioning to me. Again, it's not necessarily her name, it's going to be people that she's connecting to. But I know as well this lady would have loved the outdoors, and she loved the flowers and she loved the garden. You understand this? And she didn't have a garden of her own. No, that's because she just said to me, I didn't have a garden of my own, but I always wanted one. So I just get this feeling that she really appreciated getting out in nature herself, you understand? She liked that. And I can smell roses. I can smell roses as well. So I don't know if she loved roses or there's some connection to roses, but I just know that to be true. Now, she's tapping her hand here. I don't know if you have her ring or you have something that belongs to her, but she's saying, she's going like this to me to say she's got my ring. You understand? And she's really proud of that. And that you wear it all the time. She's making me, you know, she's saying all my things are distributed. Everyone got a bit of something, do you understand? And even the children, everyone had a little bit of something. Because I feel like it was really important that she left a piece of herself with everybody. Do you understand? That's what she's showing it here. I don't know if she was a big fan of jazz or Frank Sinatra or something along these lines, but I just feel like I can hear a man's voice singing. Okay, so I don't know, but again, this is her just showing me that she loved music, but she loved music, because I just get this feeling of she just loved to listen to the sound of music, and you know, she liked her telly as well, but she did love to put a little music on every now and again, you understand, and just have a little bit of time out. That's just the feeling she's giving me. I do feel with her as well that she sometimes feels that she didn't do enough in her life. She feels like she didn't travel enough, but she feels like she kind of stayed in one place, do you understand? That's the feeling she's giving me. It's kind of like she'd like to have done more travelling. Now, I don't know if you have a child that's doing a lot of travelling or has been looking at doing a lot of travelling, but I just get the feeling of she's seeing younger people in the family travelling and doing things. You don't understand this? because she's really pleased about that. It's kind of like, I go on you with your travels. I love it seeing all these different places. I don't know if there's a connection to Italy, or there's some connection to Europe, because she's just making me aware of that, of European travel, and showing me Italy as well. And she's just really excited about all of this. Now, I don't know if you're quite artistic as well yourself, because I just get this feeling of her liking art and being interested in art herself, and seeing other people be artistic or creative in their own way. And that's something that she again loves. She's a lovely soul, this lady, and she's your mum and she loves you all very much. And I know it's very important for her that she wanted to come here today to just let you know that she's okay. You understand? I don't know if that September is relevant for you in some way, because she's shown to be the sign of Virgo and went September. So you would understand. So there must be either a birthday or something relevant.
When she died.
When she died, okay. Because there's something relevant to do with that month, because it is important to her. And she keeps showing me her feet. So I don't know if she had issues around her feet. You understand this? Because she's mentioning all my feet. And I know she would have liked her toes painted nice and things like this, but she said all my toes were terrible. So I don't know if she had issues around her toes. But this is the kind of lady she's just kind of telling me everything about herself, you know. But she's just lovely. Such a sweet lady. I also keep hearing the name Dot or Dorothy or Dee. That's her mum. Yeah, because she's just saying Dot, Dorothy. So I suppose she's just trying to chuck it all in there before I finish. But she just wants to say that she loves you, thank you, and I'll always be with you. That's the kind of feeling I get with her. So I live her love with you. Thank you very much. Trying to get all sides of the room covered. So just keep going over that way. Okay, let's see. The first thing I'm hearing, I kept hearing the name Paul straight away. So I don't know if this is the main name, whether this is irrelevant to the name Paul. And I also felt that this man he didn't die old. I feel as if he's kind of like middle-aged, something along those lines. I do feel there's mental health issues around this guy. And I feel as if there would have been issues with maybe depression or just not being good in a headspace when he was alive. That's the feeling he's giving me here. I'm not seeing how he passes yet. I'm just going to try and build up a little bit more of his energy here. I feel as if he's quite a slim-built man as well. He feels as if he's not got a lot of meat on his body. That's kind of the feeling he gives me. And again, I kind of feel as if I'm quite an isolating person. I keep myself to myself very much. But I do have friends. You know, I kind of do have friends, and people do come and see me and visit me. I'm just trying to see how he passes. Let me get a bit more information before that. It seems like he doesn't really want to communicate with me around passes. I don't know why. We'll just see where that's going. Okay. I don't know if this man took his own life, but I just feel as if there may be issues around or confusion around how he passes, or that maybe people don't know the exact way he passes. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting here with him. So I don't know if there was some kind of, confusion when he's found of how he actually passed, or if it was to do with himself or something else. That's the feeling he's giving me here. And I don't know if there's some connection to like Medley Road or Medley something. Keep kind of hearing that as well. It's relevant. Does anyone understand any of this information at the moment? No. Just bear with me a little bit longer. See if I can get any information. Taking aside take the age out of the equation, just for a moment. Does anyone understand a man that took his own life, that had mental health issues? You do. Anyone else understand that at all? No. You do as well?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Would you understand that there may be a little bit of confusion in how he actually passes?
Yeah.
You don't. I think I'm with you because this is relevant to this young man's passing. Again, you know, whenever you give age out, unless I actually hear it clairaudiently, I have to just go on what I think someone looks. Judge on there, and none of us look our age, do we? I certainly don't. So you just have to gauge it the best you can.
Yeah.
So I do apologise if I'm out with the age there, but I just
wasn't very old.
yes, I had that feeling as I started to connect with you. I feel like he's quite a young boy. You understand, young man. I just feel as if I don't know if there was drug and alcohol addiction around this young man, or there's been issues with substance misuse at some point in his life. But
Not drugs, but he did use a lot.
a drink.
Drink of it, yeah.
That's fine, because he's just making me aware of that, you see. Now, I don't know if the name Paul or a P name is relevant around him or someone that connects to him, but that was a name that I felt being drawn to. Unless he's showing me St Paul's or something to do with a church or near a church in some way, but that's just something he's showing me. I just know this young man here, he feels as if he'd contemplated this for a while. You would understand? Would you know this? Because it kind of feels as if he'd thought about this maybe a year or so before, and I just feel as if there wasn't any support for him, not within the family, but in the mental health areas. Would you understand that? Because he's making me feel as if I didn't have a support network. That's what he's making me feel.
Yeah.
You understand? And kind of as if, I don't know if there was issues around relationships with him as well, because I just kind of get the feeling of he had issues with relationships, romantic relationships, as well as family relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd understand this. So I don't know if there was issues with him not having a fixed abode, or kind of not really knowing where he was going to be, you know, in a home perspective, because I just feel like I've got lots of movement where I am as well. That's just something he's showing me as well.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure about it, that's fine. I don't know how this young man connects to you. I don't know if he's a friend's son or whether he's a cousin or something along those lines.
He's best man at my wedding.
Okay, because I just know that I didn't want immediate family. That's just what he was making me feel. And I just feel that he was such a lovely guy. People really, you know, not really get these really sweet souls, you know, that people just take advantage of, and people bully and make fun of. It kind of feels to me that people just didn't appreciate the person he was, and I think he felt that the world was a very cruel place. That's kind of what he makes me feel, as if he did. I feel like it was his own choice. You understand? It's just the feeling he's giving me here. But I know that he wouldn't want to harp on about all of that. He's very much, when he was in a good place, he was very much, let's go out and do this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there are two sides to his personality, and that's like many people with depression or, you know, mental health issues. They still have a normal functioning, but then they go into these black holes of depression where they just can't crawl back out of them. And unfortunately for this young man, that did happen, and that's how he passes. I don't know if the name Simon as well is relevant. Would you understand that? Is that a yes? Yes? Okay. Because he just mentioning the name Simon. That was his best friend.
My ex.
Okay. So I know that there's a lot of love there, and a lot of, you know, deep feeling there with that man. And I think that they shared a lot of... Are you all right to carry on? You sure? I know that they shared a lot of memories together. You understand this?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if there's a connection to a dog, because he's giving me this feeling of a dog that connects to him, or that connects to your ex-husband.
Yeah.
And there's lots of funny tales to tell. You understand? This is what it's making me feel. And has this dog passed?
Yeah.
Because he's showing me that the dog's with him. I don't know if it's a staff or something along those lines, but I just know I've
There's
got
a
a
couple of
dog
dogs that have passed that.
that's there with him, and he's kind of saying, I've got the dog, you know. It kind of brings in a little bit of humour with him, and this is the kind of person he was, you see.
Yeah.
You know, he liked to bring a bit of humour into the sadness that was going on. And I don't know if without being too personal, because we're in a public forum, I just feel that his life in his younger years wasn't pleasant. That's the kind of feeling I get with him.
Is this the first guy or Simon?
The first guy.
Possibly.
You understand that? So, I just get this feeling that he really wished that he could have done something different with his life. That's the feeling he's giving me, you know, and that he took an easy way out. That's what he's feeling now. He took the easy way out instead of struggling through what he needed to do. You understand? Now there's a lot of love that comes to you here from this man. So Simon's in the spirit world as well. Yeah, because he's just saying to me, from Simon, not me. That's the feeling he's giving me. He loved you as well, but he's just saying, well, that's from Simon. And there's a lot of love that comes from this man to you. And I feel as if you did an awful lot for him. You understand? Because I feel like you helped him to become the person he was. And I think that he wasn't always the easiest person to be around. Yeah. Do you understand? He's kind of like, oh, weren't easy. You know, that's the feeling he gives me. But he's a good soul. He's a good soul. And you saw that in him. You saw that good soul in him. I also been very drawn around my stomach area with this man as well. So I don't know if he has some issues with his stomach. I'm not saying there's how he passes, but maybe some digestive problems or just issues around his stomach. I just feel like I didn't eat good, you know. Kind of ate a load of rubbish and I didn't really eat good. That's just the kind of thing he's giving me. But he's a lovely guy, and I know that he's showing me again a ring. So I've never there was a connection to you having an engagement thing or an eternity thing or some kind of connection to a ring here. I don't know where he's coming from here. I don't know if you had a ring done with ashes in it or there's some connection here to a ring. You don't understand what that is. I can't take it in.
We weren't together when he passed.
No, that's fine. But he's showing me a ring that's relevant in some way to him. So I don't know if it's that one of his children has a ring of his or something along those lines. But that's what he's showing me. So I can only give you what he's showing me. I know that all I really want to do is just tell you that I made it. That's it. He's got a really cracky sense of humour as well, this guy. Yeah. So he's very much like, just tell her I made it and I'm alright, you know. That's the kind of feeling he's giving me here. Do you like bikes, motorbikes at all? Because I feel like I've got motorbikes that connects around him as well. And if that's not him, maybe it's the other guy.
The other guy.
The other guy, because he's just showing me the motorbikes here as well. And kind of having that, like, excitement, thrill for that kind of lifestyle. They're cracking guys and they're up there having a right party. Yeah. That's the feeling they're giving me. They're having a right old band. The dog up here and all. Yeah. It's all good, you know. I just want to leave his love with you and just say, I think he wants to apologise as well. I think there's a kind of feeling of, you know, sorry I wasn't what you needed me to be. Do you understand that? Without going too personal. Sorry I wasn't what you needed me to be. But I was just me. Yeah. You know, and that's him in a nutshell. Take it or leave it. Yeah. This is it. So I'm going to leave his love with you. Just say thank you very much for working with me. Yeah. Just checking on the other time. You lose track of time when you're doing this. You go off somewhere and you forget what time it is. Good for you people. Being with us now. If any of you wonder why I'm sitting in my eyes shut, I'm just waiting for the next spirit person to come and blend in there. That's how it works. It's not like what you see on telly where it's just like that. It doesn't work like that, really. You have to come and blend with them. I'm going to have to just give you that because it's all I'm seeing, so do forgive me ahead of time. I'm seeing a bird. Now, so I don't know if any of you have lost a bird, but I'm seeing a bird, a caged bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I don't know if it's, I'm not good with birds, you know. I don't know what it is. It's just got feathers. as much as I'm going to get from it. I don't know if it's like an African grey or some kind of parrot-y thing, I'm not sure. But I know it connects to, as well, a man that's in spirit. That's it. So the bird coming first, you know, as you're on. So I know that I've got this man there that connects to this parrot, you see. Well, yeah, it is a parrot. Yeah, it's a parrot. I think it's like an African grey or some kind of parrot. It could be a minor bird even, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but just go with it for the minute. Now, I've got this quite eccentric man here that's kind of plodding up the road, and I feel like, you know, he's kind of as if he kind of walked up towards me, like without a care in the world. So I know this man was a very laid-back man. That's what he's making me feel here. And he didn't sign up for all this, you know, wearing all the best clothes and doing all the good, like, popular things. He was just him. This is just, he's a very, maybe we could call him quite a stubborn man, you know, this is me and this is how I am. This is the feeling he's giving me here. Now, I don't know if there's connections to lights with this man as well, or the water in some way, but I know that to be the case with him. I'm just trying to feel a little bit more around him as well here. I don't, he's not showing me himself to be really old when he passes, so I feel as if maybe he's in his late 60s, early 70s, something along those lines. And I know with this man as well that he would have been a smoker, because I feel as if I've got someone that would smoke quite a lot. That's the feeling he's giving me here. Does anyone understand this description? Excuse me. Don't put your hands up at once. Making me work tonight. Let me see if we can get more information. So we've got a man here that, you know, was quite an eccentric character that had a love of birds, or, you know, kept birds even. There's a connection to that. There's also a connection with this man of not following the rules, not following the norm. That's the kind of way he's a very kind of, you know, unusual man in that he didn't really care what other people thought of him. He didn't kind of just did his own thing. He's quite an eccentric character. That's the most important thing about this man. And I also feel with this man that I would have had a problem with either one of my legs or my knees. That's another thing he's showing me here as well. And I do feel with him that I think he might have liked the outdoors quite a bit as well, because he's showing me himself being quite tanned in his skin. So I know that would be relevant to him as well. I don't know the name Sid, or an S name, connects around him as well, because I kind of feel that I'm drawn to that also with him. And no one understands the connection around with this man to do with boats, or to do with like narrow boats, like canal boats, or a love of canal boats. You don't understand any of that. Do you understand any of this?
Only the name Sid.
You understand the name Sid?
That's all.
You don't understand any other information?
No.
I feel like I'm in this area, that's kind of where I'm feeling like I'm being drawn. So no one understands a man in his sort of 60s, 70s, an older man that passes to spirit. I don't know if it's lung related or something, but I know I've got a smoker with this man, and I've got a love of boats, I've got a love of birds. You don't understand any of this
Birds,
information?
but not boats. You didn't know this.
No. Do you understand the other information?
Some of it.
You do? Because I feel like I'm looking at you like, I feel like it is for you. You understand that? You would understand this man being quite an eccentric character. Yeah. I think I am with you, because I can feel the energy building as I'm talking to you. Sorry guys, we're over this side again, I do apologise. You can't help it. This guy, he feels like he's a really strong character, you understand, really forceful character as well. So I've got a very deep voice with him, and he kind of feels like it could be a bit scary, you know, like it could be a bit, you could think, I'll upset you, you know, he's kind of got that way about him. But I think people that knew him or that were around him, he was a bit of a loose cannon, so to just say what he thought. Do you understand? That's the feeling he's giving me here. Quite opinionated as well. I don't know about politics or all kinds of things. He's quite an opinionated viewpoint of things. Do you understand? And he definitely keeps showing me boats, so there must be some connection to boats. I don't know why he's showing me that. I don't know if you're going on holiday, or you've booked a cruise, or you've booked some kind of trip away. Maybe.
But not on a boat.
Pardon?
Yeah, but not on a boat.
But not on a boat. That's fine. It could just be that's my symbol for going on holiday, you know. But he was just showing me that. Would you also understand the connection to birds at all? You do. Well, did he have birds?
Yeah.
He did. Okay, that's good. We're with the right person. That's what I want to make sure that we are with the right person.
Yes, it was a carrot, but not.
It was a parrot, but not an African way. Okay, my mistake, but thank you. So this would have been obviously a companion of his for some time, I would imagine, because
Yes.
they live quite old parrots, don't they?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say they normally see you out, because it's about 65 years parrots go on for, isn't it? Blimey, I'm lucky if I get there. But he's a comical man, this man as well, so I feel like he would have, you know, been the life and soul of the family. This is the feeling he's giving me, that, you know, he very much was the central part of the family. Everyone kind of congregated around him. You'd understand this. I don't know if this is your dad, or because he feels like dad. That's the feeling he's giving me. I just know that at times it could be quite difficult though, and I just feel like he wasn't always easy to get along with. You understand? Because it's kind of my way or the highway. That's the feeling he's giving me. I don't know if the name John is connected to him in some way, or a J name. I just know that that's relevant. You understand that? Yeah? Because he just mentioned that to me as well here. And I also feel, I don't know the name Ted, it's an old-fashioned name, isn't it? But the name Ted is relevant as well in some way. I don't know if this connects to someone older than him that he connects with in the spirit world. That's just what he's showing me also here. You know, he brings me back to a long time ago, to Christmas times. He's shown me those memories, you see, and I feel like he really came into his own at Christmas time. He kind of really made a thing of things, you know. It's the kind of feeling he's giving me here. That, I don't know if it's because he had a good drink and he enjoyed himself. That's the kind of thing he's giving me, and he had a good time. But I just know it's a good memory for me at Christmas, you know. That's what he's giving me that information, is that Christmas to him was good, and he's got good memories, fond memories of Christmas. But I'm going to say to you, I don't feel like he always made things easy for everyone in the family. So I feel like it kind of, the image he's painting me here is not necessarily the image that you will all remember him by, you understand? Because it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to say all of that, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I know he was difficult and caused a few ructions in the family, that's the kind of feeling I get. And kind of ruled a bit of an iron fist. So I think you might have got a few good ideas when you was younger, you know, that's the kind of feeling.
That was it.
Yeah, that's the kind of feeling he's giving me. But, you know, he loved you all. And he didn't always show it. He didn't, you know, and I almost kind of feel like I want to say, I'm sorry I weren't the dad you needed me to be, but I was just me. And that's just the way I am. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of, what's that guy, that programme used to be on, Sickness and in Health, Alf Garnett. He's got a kind of Alf Garnett way about him, not in looks, but just in the way he is, you know, in the way he comes across. But I know he loved you very much, you know, and I don't know whether he struggled with his heart in some way, but I just know that I've got problems around my heart area with him. You understand this? And I kind of feel as if it's something to do with my aorta, or there's something to do with a tube here, so there's some connection to this. You understand this? Because it's just showing me. Now, I get the feeling that his passing was a bit gruesome. Would you understand that? It kind of feels a bit like it weren't pleasant, you know, so he kind of wants to skip past it a bit. So I just know that it wasn't pleasant for you guys, you understand? And it was very manic. That's the kind of feeling he's giving me. But he doesn't want that to be his lasting memory, you see. He wants the lasting memory to be of him causing havoc. That's the kind of joke, he's jestful. He's a lovely guy, actually. I really like him. I don't know if there's a connection to the name Tom as well, or Thomas, but he's also bringing me that name in. And he loved the boys, do you understand? He loved boys. A bloke's bloke. That's the feeling he's giving me. So I don't know if he liked to be like he liked to be at golf, or he liked to be kind of around men's environments, but that's kind of the feeling he's giving me. He liked his mouth. Workman's club, you know, that's the kind of feeling he's giving me. He liked to be around the guys. And sometimes I think he was a bit, not always present at home, you see, kind of like, a bit selfish sometimes. He admits it now, I was a bit selfish. But I did love you all, and that's the most important thing. So I know that he comes very close to it at the moment, because I think he feels as if you've not been yourself lately, or there's been some issues going on in your family, you understand? And you know what it's like now. Do you know, it's kind of now you know what it's like. You know, it's kind of that feeling with him, as if, you know, it's only when you grow older and you've got all these issues with your own kids that you start realising how hard it is being a parent. You understand? And it's kind of, no, that's fine. But it's just giving me that impression of the kind of things you do, and as you get older, you know, and you make these decisions and stuff, and you kind of, it's hard work, isn't it? you know, so finances and all that kind of thing. So I know that he very much wants to be around you and giving you that support that maybe he didn't always give you when he was alive, you understand? So he's just like, I know you're going through hard times and I'm there. And that's really pretty much what he wants to say. And that he's got his bird with him. You know, so his bird must have passed away because he's got the bird with him. Yeah, so he said, and I've got the bird with me. So the love of his life. So I'm going to leave his love with you and say thank you so much for working with me. Appreciate it. See, sometimes they come through in these funny ways, like chucking the bird out first, you know. You just have to give what you get. And that's, you know, that's when you're working as a medium, you have to trust what you're getting. You know, and not everyone's always going to, you know, put their hand up, and some people get, they forget and not sure who it is, and then they go out and go, oh, I know, I remember that, wasn't it? You know, you just have to not let any of that bother you and just give the information out, because that's your job, you know. And if the bird wants to come through from the spirit world, let the bird come through. But dogs, horses, you know, they've all got spirits and souls as well. Have I got time for one more? Oh, have I got time for one more?
I hope so.
We don't mind. You can go on as long as you want. We're just sitting. We're just chilling.
I'll go one more and see if we can get one more. Are you still alright to sit? Because I only get numb bums, don't you, after a while? And also, sometimes these things, you start thinking, oh, it's not for me, so I'll cancel it. You do get a bit like that, don't you? It gets a bit boring sometimes when you're listening to other people's messages, you know. I know how it works. I've been in the audience many a time myself. Okay. Let's think first. Right, I'm feeling I've got the energy of a lady drawing close to me here, and this lady feels like she was a lot of fun. She's showing me, you know the old-fashioned can where you just do that, you know, you're lifting all your legs up. She's showing me this, so she's drawing my attention to family celebrations and being around the family. So I know this lady was a real family-orientated lady, loved to be around, you know, all of the big gatherings and the celebrations and the weddings and all that kind of thing. Let me just do a bit more around it here. She's also, I don't know if she played the piano or was interested in music at some point in her life as well, but I just know this to be the case with this lady as well. And, excuse me, and I also feel that there's some connection to either nursing or some connection to being in a caring environment with this lady as well, as a job or something she would have done in her life. That's the feeling she's giving me. Just bear with me here. And I also feel like I want a name like Judy or Julie with this lady. Again, you know, don't quote me, I know her name, it might not be her name, it's just a name that is around her, this lady. I feel like she's a very attractive lady actually. She's kind of making me feel like she's quite an attractive lady in her day, you know, and I kind of feel like she would have had quite nice white hair. And so she feels like she was a fair age when she passes over here. But she's giving me memory of her youth and memory of her good times. That's what she's doing here. Does anyone understand this information at the moment? You thought, well, use this memory, didn't you? Okay, let's see where else we're going. So, this lady feels like maybe she's an auntie, or she feels like she's to the side of the family. So I feel like you'd remember her as maybe an aunt or a great aunt, something along those lines. This is the feeling she's giving me. She's got quite a gracefulness to her. She's quite slim as well. So I feel like she would have been quite a slender lady. You know, quite proud of her physique, this lady was in her day. And I don't know the name Miriam or Marion or Miriam or something like that is also relevant to this lady. I feel like I'm coming over. Do you understand any of this information? In the red. Do you understand any information? I feel like I'm drawn to that area here. Do you understand a lady in the spirit world that was quite energetic, loved a bit of a dance and her knees up, feels, again I could be off with that, she feels like she could be an auntie or, you know, that kind of feeling. But again, she could be your mum, it just might be, you know, that's the feeling I'm getting with her. She feels as if she would have been quite an attractive lady when she was younger, that's the feeling she's giving me. And she likes to look nice, this kind of as well, and kind of quite silvery hair, quite a bit like yourself there, lady in the blue. got nice hair, got a nice kind of physique about her, and I don't know if she was interested in music or some kind of this connection to music here. So there must be either music in the family or music, or she played music, and there's also a connection to nursing. So either she was a nurse, or did nursing, or caring, or someone within the family did. Would you understand this?
That would be, if that was the case, that would be my mother, and she was good looking as a young person. She was a nursery teacher.
Right, okay.
I worked in the caring profession.
Right, okay. Would you understand the music?
I think she played the piano when she was younger,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
Would you understand the can, or like
No.
those kind of dancing kind of...
Maybe when she was younger, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. So I just know that I feel like I'm with you. Do you two connect?
Us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends and neighbours.
Okay. Because I feel like, is your mum in spirit as well? Because I feel like these mums are coming together, you understand? But they're very different,
Yeah.
you understand
Yes.
this? Because I've got one that was quite talkative and one that was a bit more quiet and kind of subdued, a bit more sweetie kind of feeling about it. You understand? That's the thing.
It's sort of like a mixed match, you know,
Yeah.
different times in their lives.
That's the kind of feeling I get with them. Now, I know that they join together here because it's kind of a collective energy, just drawing together, bringing lots of love to you both. But I know your mum felt the need to come forward first because she feels like she's a bit more of a stronger character, and her energy was kind of building the connection, you understand?
Okay.
That's kind of the feeling she's giving me here. And I know there's a lot of love that comes to you from mum here, but I don't feel she always said it. You know, I feel like she was quite, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful, quite cold sometimes and a bit distant, you understand?
Right.
It's kind of like you have to squeeze her out, or, you know, go and give her a cup, she'll be like, you know, that kind of feeling, you know, like, my nan was a bit like that as well, so I go and give her a kiss, she'd be like, you know, didn't really want it, but it's just because she was a bit awkward with emotion and displays of emotion, but the love was there, do you know, the love and the emotion was there, she's just a bit awkward with all that kind of emotional displays. Now, is there a son for your mum as well, because I feel like I've got a brother, another young man that connects to you.
No, it's my son.
Your son?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, because she's just bringing love down here to your son here. Now, is there been a connection to someone having a broken leg or a problem with their leg?
No, there's replacement knees, yeah.
Okay, that's fine, she just showed me that as well. So, it's funny how things they bring through, and you can't answer it. And she's also showing me knitting, so I don't know if she knitted, or there's connections to knitting.
Yeah.
And it's not all old ladies knit, by the way, just to let you know. But she's showing me knitting needles, so I know that she would have made little things for the family and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Little booties and stuff like that. She's a lovely lady, your mum. Very strong-willed lady.
Definitely.
You understand, this is the picture she's giving me. And when I come over to your mum, I feel like we've got someone that's a bit of a pushover sometimes, and kind of people not took advantage of her, but she just feels like she was like do anything for anyone.
She did.
You understand?
She
Just a
did
very
everything for
kind,
everyone.
soft lady, you see. And I know there's an awful lot of love. She's a very different character. She was very cuddly and loving. You understand? I get that feeling, a very different kind of mum experience that you both had, you see. But I do feel, as your mum, I don't know that one of your mums suffered with problems with the mind, or like issues with remembering things, but I just get the, do you understand this?
Yeah.
Both. Was it like dementia or, yeah? Because I just get these feelings of, towards the end of this is probably why they joined together, you see, towards the end of their life here, that there was an issue of not being able to communicate properly with them,
Right.
you understand? So it's almost as if you didn't get to say what you wanted to say, you understand? But she knew, they both knew that you loved them and that, you know, all of the things that you wanted to do. You needed to check stuff with them about their funerals or about, you know, money and finances, but you couldn't ask any of these questions because they weren't able to communicate in that way. But they knew everything that was going on, you know, because I get a feeling, I don't know if it was your mum specifically that would come in and out of, you know, being a bit more lucid and a little bit more distant and a bit more, you understand this? So I do feel as well, they're both in caring environments. Your mum wasn't. Okay, because I feel like I wanted a caring environment. So I think I
Well,
feel,
she was in hospital, but
yeah, I feel it's more of a care
yeah,
home.
my mum was in a
Yes, because she's just making me aware of it. And she's like, don't feel bad, darling. You know? It's like, it's as if she wants to say, don't feel bad, it was the right place for me. You understand? I don't think she would be one that would make loads of friends, she's just that kind of lady, but she just feels like she knew it was the best place for her, you understand? So, it's very much like she doesn't want you to feel bad about that, you know? You know, I just feel this lady, your mum, she was just such a wonderful woman. You know, she was so loved by everybody, you know, because she just feels that there was nothing she wouldn't do for anybody.
Yes.
You understand? And I feel that everybody was so sad to see her go the way she did. You understand? Because it really wasn't nice for her. You understand? And it really dragged out. It feels like it went on for ages. And I know that there was probably a part of you all that were hoping that it would be quick. Just get it over with kind of thing. And again, she's kind of feeling, it doesn't really feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about wanting that, because I wanted it too. You understand? So, lots of love from your mum, because and from yours as well, you know, lots of love from both of you. And they're so pleased that you're together, and you've got this friendship where you know, I feel like you've been friends for a long time. Do you understand that? For a very long time, maybe from when you were very young with children or something like that. I just know I've got you being friends for a very long time. And they're really pleased that you have each other, because you've both gone through your ups and downs in your relationship, shall we say. Yes. And it's nice that you've got that with each other. And they're up there, they're kind of like watching your journey on, you know. Is there a holiday coming up for you guys? Because I just feel like there's talk of a trip away, or there's talk of something you're doing together. Are you both in the mediumship movement or spiritual movement?
I was.
You was. Because I feel like you both are.
We believe, obviously.
Yes. I get this feeling that there's I just know there's some kind of spiritual trip or some kind of thing that you've been thinking or talking about, and they're up there going, go, do it. That's the kind of feeling I've got with it, you see. And one of them loved shoes. And that's probably why I was seeing feet at the beginning, like the can-cans, and loved shoes, very elegant feet. And that's the kind of feeling I get here with both these ladies. They're lovely women. I don't know if there's a Patricia or a P name that connects to one of them as well, but I'm just being made aware of that. You understand that? Okay, so I'm going to leave their love with you and say thank you very much for working with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to close in prayer, please.
Okay guys, if I can get you to put your hands together and bow your heads and close in prayer. Divine Spirit, thank you very much for gathering us here this evening and sharing your love and memories with us, joining us in harmony with each other and sharing lifelong lessons with us all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And healing is as follows.